Welcome back to our channel, Senior Buzz, where real stories meet real insight. Today we're diving into a powerful, heart-wrenching story that may forever change the way you look at nursing homes and elder care. If you've ever considered assisted living for yourself or a loved one, this is a message you need to hear. This isn't just a public service announcement. It's an unfiltered, deeply personal account from someone who has lived through the system. Clara, an 80-year-old woman, steps forward with a voice full of wisdom, emotion, and warning. What she reveals will shake you, educate you, and hopefully empower you. Let's begin by unraveling the illusion so many people believe when it comes to nursing homes, the illusion of independence in senior living facilities. When most families begin the search for elder care, they're sold on peaceful environments, friendly staff, and elegant common areas. The brochures are filled with smiling seniors and clean, well-furnished rooms. Clara believed in that dream too. "I thought moving into a nursing home would give me rest and support in my golden years," she says softly. But her reality was far from what was promised. Within weeks, Clara's life shifted into a strict routine, a regimented cycle that left little room for personal choice. What began as small inconveniences soon became daily reminders of lost autonomy. "Waiting for someone just to help me dress or take me to the bathroom, it chips away at your spirit," she reflects. And that's the part nobody tells you, how it feels to lose control over the simplest aspects of your day. As time went on, Clara found herself stripped of basic freedoms: when to eat, when to go outside, even when to bathe. These decisions were no longer hers to make. "It's like you stop being a person and start being a schedule," she shares. This slow erosion of independence has devastating consequences. Mentally, emotionally, and even physically, seniors like Clara begin to feel less human. For those who spent their lives being independent, the sudden reversal feels like punishment. This isn't just Clara's story. It's a reflection of a larger systemic issue in senior living facilities. Too much regulation, too little personalization, and not nearly enough dignity. The hidden financial burdens of nursing home care. Clara and her family always believed that nursing homes were expensive, but manageable. They trusted that between insurance and savings, they'd be able to cover everything Clara needed. But that belief didn't last long. "When we saw the base price, it looked okay," Clara explains. "But every extra thing came with a fee. Want help getting out of bed? That's extra. Need medication management? Another charge. Special meals? Therapy? Social activities? All extra." Her daughter, who was managing the payments, was overwhelmed. The bills just kept growing. What they thought would be an organized monthly fee turned into a maze of add-ons and hidden costs. Clara remembers the stress in her daughter's eyes every time a new invoice arrived. "We thought we were prepared. We weren't. Even with insurance, the out-of-pocket expenses were devastating." Clara had to give up services she truly needed because they simply couldn't afford them. She was left choosing between comfort and financial survival. No one should ever have to make that choice, especially not in their final years. The lesson Clara wants to share with you? Always read the fine print. Ask questions. Don't assume all-inclusive means everything is covered. Be vigilant. Be skeptical. Be informed. Isolation and loneliness. The silent struggles, one of the most painful parts of Clara's story, has nothing to do with money or medical care. It's about loneliness, the kind of deep, aching isolation that slowly eats away at your spirit. "You think you'll make friends," Clara says. "You think you'll be surrounded by people like you." But that's not what happened. While the halls were full, the connections were empty. Many residents were too ill to speak, too tired to interact, or too emotionally withdrawn to bond. The result? Clara felt utterly invisible. The staff was polite, but rushed. Other residents often kept to themselves. "There were days where I didn't have a real conversation with anyone," she admits. "It felt like I didn't exist." This emotional detachment can lead to rapid cognitive decline. Seniors need engagement, stimulation, laughter, and friendship. Without it, every day becomes a blur. "I stopped participating in activities. I stopped caring," Clara whispers. "You just lose interest in everything." This part of elder care is so often overlooked, yet it's one of the most important. Loneliness is just as dangerous as any physical illness. And yet, many homes treat emotional well-being as an afterthought. The necessity of deep research before committing. If there's one thing Clara wants every family to do, it's this: invest serious time into research before committing to a facility. Don't fall for the smiles and sparkling floors, she says. You need to dig deeper. Clara recommends visiting potential homes at different times of the day, during meals, during shift changes, during downtime. Watch how the staff interacts with residents. Ask questions. Ask residents what they really think. Talk to families who visit. Look at staff turnover rates. Review state inspection reports. Don't just listen to the tour guide. Look past the performance. If staff looks stressed or short-tempered, that's a red flag, Clara warns. If residents look bored, withdrawn, or neglected, don't ignore it. She emphasizes that finding the right place is not a decision. It's a commitment to someone's dignity, health, and happiness. And that kind of commitment deserves more than a quick tour and a handshake. Caregiver shortage. A growing crisis. One of the most alarming truths Clara reveals is the caregiver shortage. There just weren't enough hands, she says. The people working there were kind but completely overwhelmed. This shortage led to long wait times, sometimes hours, for basic assistance. Clara recalls one horrifying incident when she fell while trying to get out of bed. They were too busy to come right away. I waited as long as I could, but I couldn't wait anymore. The shortage of qualified caregivers isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Residents risk infections, falls, and even death due to delayed care. And this issue isn't limited to one facility. It's a national crisis. Underpaid, overworked, and often emotionally drained, caregivers are burning out at alarming rates. This is a systemic failure that urgently needs addressing. The psychological impact, more than just a physical transition, moving into a nursing home, isn't just about relocating. It's a profound psychological shift. Clara describes it as a loss of self. You're told when to eat, sleep, even when to shower, she says. Eventually, you stop feeling like a person. This enforced routine strips away autonomy and identity. Depression is common. Anxiety becomes constant. Clara experienced all of it. I felt like a burden, like I was just waiting. She believes that psychological care should be central, not optional. Regular emotional check-ins, counseling, meaningful activities, and tailored routines should be the standard, not a luxury. But in many homes, they're non-existent. Seniors are not just bodies to care for. They are minds and souls, rich with stories, needs, and desires. They deserve more. Family dynamics and emotional burden. Behind every resident like Clara is a family member carrying a heavy emotional load. Her daughter, who helped her transition into the home, struggled with deep guilt. She felt like she'd failed me, Clara says. This guilt led to tension, tears, and stress. Visiting a loved one who feels trapped and unhappy is heartbreaking. The financial stress only made things worse. Decisions about what services to prioritize caused arguments, anxiety, and even resentment. Caregiver burnout doesn't end when professional care begins. Families still carry the emotional toll, and often they carry it alone. Senior abuse and neglect, a taboo topic. While Clara was fortunate not to experience direct abuse, she witnessed troubling signs. Some residents were ignored for hours, she says. Minor injuries went unnoticed. People stopped speaking up. Elder abuse takes many forms: neglect, emotional manipulation, even financial exploitation. Clara urges families to pay attention. Watch for unexplained bruises, sudden mood changes, or silence. If your loved one seems afraid to talk, that's a red flag. Facilities must have transparent systems, independent audits, and family involvement. Abuse thrives in silence. It's time we break that silence. Alternatives to traditional nursing homes. Clara wishes she had known about the alternatives. There are options, she says. We just didn't know where to look. These include in-home care, co-housing with other seniors, adult daycare programs, and assisted living communities with more freedom. Today, technology can bridge many gaps. Telehealth, smart home monitoring, wearable devices, and home assistants have made aging in place safer and more practical than ever. Before choosing a nursing home, explore every alternative. Ask what community and government resources are available. You might be surprised by how many options you actually have. Final words. Clara's hope for the future. Clara's story is not just a testimony, it's a wake-up call. It's a reminder that behind every room in a nursing home is a human being, with a lifetime of experiences, and they deserve more than what many are getting. I don't want pity, Clara says. I want change. I want people to know the truth so they can make better choices. Her message is simple but urgent. Don't rush. Ask questions, visit often, trust your instincts, and never settle for less than your loved one deserves. From all of us here at Senior Buzz, thank you for listening to Clara's story. If this video moved you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. The future of elder care depends on awareness, compassion, and community. And together we can make that future brighter. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a powerful story like this one. We'll continue sharing real voices, real issues, and real solutions, because you deserve to know the truth.